So there's two types of crypto investor, and I understand that a lot of people are not keen on Supra, and I don't really understand why. So you've got one type of crypto investor who'll go out there and will get Bitcoin, they'll get Ethereum, they'll get Solana, right? Safe plays, but obviously your gain won't be as big. The gains come from speculation. What do you think they can do? What do you think something can achieve? So the second type of crypto investor is looking at things before they've really become a big thing. Super to me is like buying something in the mold of like a Solana, in the mold of like a Chainlink, but all in one and all encompassing kind of layer one. I really like Supra, and I'll explain a little bit. There's been some updates. There's been a new site created as well, which is really good. But the second type of crypto investor will take a lot of hits along the way, but eventually one will go. The one who's in the tier one, the normal crypto investor, is going to have Bitcoin and will get gains along their way, which is great because you want to have Bitcoin. I would love to own a Bitcoin, and that is going to be the ultimate goal long run. But it's the way to do that is by getting into these projects early, getting into these projects when no one's talking about them, and getting into these projects when they are low. We're going to talk about Supra today. And again, I'm not going to go through the actual Supra website. We're going to go through other different things. But Supra is trying to be an all-in-one layer one. It's almost like a Chainlink Solana Sui combined project, right? So Canna Labs put this out. This is an announcement that the Move ecosystem unification isn't just talk. We're making it happen. So this is a space that's happening today or happened today. I was asleep because I did a night shift last night, but they're making it happen, right? It's bringing Aptos and Super Labs in a groundbreaking Twitter special. So it's Twitter space. So it's interesting, and I'm definitely going to come back and look at this. This is what I want to talk about. So this is like the new super not the super website, but it's like a new funnel off that if you want. It's unlock the power of DeFi on Supra. It's got like a looks like a like an Avengers kind of theme to it. So Supra is launching a DeFi ecosystem built to put more value and power in your hands, the builders and the communities. This is a revolution that can make DeFi more accessible to all, and I think that's key because legacy finance doesn't make it accessible to all. You can have your mortgages and things like that, and you can get hammered by interest rates and all that kind of stuff. Inflation. You do your job. You go to work. You're tired. Like I know, I'm literally living that with you guys. I know what that's like. So today, almost every trade in DeFi relies on external forces, liquidators, arbitrage, third-party services. They take a slice out of the value flowing through the ecosystem. This value comes directly out of the pockets of builders and communities, and the dependence results in poorer execution quality. This changes now. It's time for the DeFi revolution, and I'd agree with that. I think everyone would agree with that if you've got that kind of rebellious streak. And it's happening on Supra, which is great. It's what we want, right? If we're invested in Supra. So empower your DeFi solutions with better execution quality without relying on these external forces, enabled by chain level innovation only possible on Supra. So it's easier to build. I like these things, like things that tick the boxes to make something that will bring in the masses is things that are easy, straightforward, and it won't cause a lot of people to have to learn a lot of new skills in order to interact with things. So it's easier to build. Its native services and tools make DeFi builders' lives easier, helping them focus on innovating. Then you've got stronger yields. So when value stays in the ecosystem, more of it circles back to protocols and users. And by the way, we are going to try and do a few more super videos in the future when there's some significant updates on this, because I think this is really important. Each day they're building something, which is again innovative. They're trying to do their best, and I like that. And a lot of people also enjoy the fact that it is a USA based project. That's something that people talk about. Better liquidity. Liquidity goes where it is treated best. That's exactly what execution does. And fair incentives. So direct to user incentives always keep the DeFi playing field level for all. And I think that's good. I think that's good because DeFi is definitely not a level playing field right now for guys and girls like me and you. How does Supra help you build next gen DeFi apps? So, enabled by the vertical integration of native Oracle's data automation and smart contracts into one blockchain on Supra Layer 1, Supra introduced unique capabilities that boost execution quality, help the DeFi ecosystem retain more value. Native services, builders get Oracle price feeds, randomness, cross-chain communication, and automation natively on Supra without any added costs, complexities, or overheads. So again, if it's going to be cheap, easily accessible, allows more people in, lets the masses get involved, forms that kind of community on top of all that, where we're all working together for a greater good or a greater yield or a greater return on our investment, that's good. That's what you want. The more people who can do that, the better the overall super price will grow. So again, you're buying potential. You're not buying a finished article, you're buying potential. And I think that's what's key about this. And obviously, nothing's financial advice. We don't do financial advice on the channel. I'm just sharing with you my journey, my thoughts, my opinions. But we are at the point where things are developing at such a rapid rate. It's enabling us to get on. You're buying the potential of a project. It's not finished yet. Because if you buy it once it's finished, a lot of the gains have already been achieved. You buy it before the all of the aims and goals that they're trying to get. If they haven't been achieved yet, you're buying that potential. But yes, that is a risk, but it does have a higher upside if they do what they say they're going to do. So real MEV protection, preventing exploitative front-running and sandwich attacks with transaction randomization and localized fee markets, enabling fairer transaction execution. Great. Auto liquidations. Our native automation executes liquidations transparently and on your terms, ensuring that value remains within the community. Good. Auto arbitrage. So auto balancing of liquidity pools in every block reduces the slippage, tightens the spreads, and keeps arbitrage value within the ecosystem. Again, that's what you want. Back buys and revenue shares. So buybacks and revenue shares. This is also good. So network revenue from the systems like auto arbitrage and auto liquidations can be used for Supra buybacks and shared across dApps, node operators, and treasuries. So if you're in that ecosystem, you're going to be benefiting, which I think is good. Network treasury. So part of the network revenue can be used for Supra buybacks and fuel a network-owned treasury ruled by decentralization, which is what we all kind of want. We don't want big centralized governments telling us that we can't breathe, eat, move to these different locations, can't drive our cars, things like that, right? So it's controlled by the community and for the community, which I think is really good. I think we need that. Maybe I'm a bit too radical in that regard. I don't know. So this is DeFi's flight to quality execution. You've got all the things we spoke about before. You can learn more on that, because if you want to actually have a look at how big the ecosystem is, and this is forever growing as well, this is the ecosystem. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You've got DEXs, lending, perps. You've got the nodes. You've got indexes, SocialFi, yield, gaming, wallets, oracles. In my previous video, I showed you how to set up a StarKey wallet. Really good, because I am generating each day, or I think it's every 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, Supra tokens for free, just by staking them. Bridges, real world assets. It's getting it. Launch pads. This is going to be huge. This is an all-encompassing blockchain. I mean, holding Supra, I feel great about it. So give your DeFi apps an unfair advantage on Supra Layer 1 and join the revolution. So people, if you're into that, if you're very technical minded, you might be able to go and build yourself some dApps and things like that. And then it goes through, explore the earliest DeFi dApps on Supra. You've got Dexlin, which we spoke about in the previous video, Dexlin Bridge, Houdini Swap. You've got Atmos, Solido. And again, like I showed you before, a massive amount of other things being built within different ecosystems within the Supra ecosystem. So the unique advantages of Supra DeFi: native Oracle price feeds, native automation, native verifiable randomness. I don't know why my phone's going nuts. Network revenue share, MEV protection, fair liquidity incentives, 500,000 TPS, transactions per second throughput, and sub-second consensus latency. These unique features make DeFi simpler and more rewarding for anyone across Supra. It makes DeFi more accessible for beginners, which is great. Enables advanced features for more crypto natives, and unlocks unique possibilities for builders. They'll help you build from zero to layer 1. The Supra team can provide a host of tools and support based on your needs. You've got tech support. You've got Project Blast Off, which is like a part of the team's part of the Learn to Earn community, which is another little feature. community platform with social and on-chain engagement features. $100 million ecosystem fund, a dedicated ecosystem investment fund for builders on Supra Layer 1s, accessible through the Supra dApp Showdown. Common fund, which is access to public token offering platform. Co-marketing, so they can help you with your co-marketing, help you with marketing in general. Marketing is very hard. Partnership, ideas and intros for win-win partnerships and collabs, which is great. And investor intros. This is not sponsored anyway, by the way, so if Supra do want to come and sponsor the channel, I'll happily accept that. I'll even accept payment in the token, the Supra token, because I generally, I'm really behind it. I want it to do really well, and I want to acquire as many Supra tokens as humanly possible, Supra coins as humanly possible. Investor intros, so get VC and investor intros to raise funds, join the revolution, and start building. So you can contact Supra through this like email almost. You just put your details in if you've got any ideas about what you want to do. You got this as well from OX Crusader. Breaking news that Supra tops the list of the top 13 projects by 24-hour social volume growth. So more and more people are now beginning to talk about it. Potentially, still not massive yet in the YouTube space. A lot of people are not talking about it, which is fine, because if big influencers start talking about it, the price will start skyrocketing. But there is one very, very big influencer talking about it, which I will come to in a little while. You've got Yogi Trader said most people think that Supra is just another blockchain. But here's what 99% of people don't realize. Supra isn't just fast. It's programmable cross-chain execution. That means that smart contracts on different chains can interact natively in real terms, and this changes everything. And that's kind of like a little sort of graphic as to what that looks like. Then you've got nsame.eth, which is at Mortalenza, I think that's how you say it. So the future isn't just decentralized, it's deterministic. The DeFi revolution happening with Supra Labs. Supra isn't just another blockchain, it's DeFi re-engineered from the ground up, fueled by Supra, and at the heart of it, deterministic intelligence. So get ready. For too long, DeFi has been plagued by inefficiencies, which I think we can all agree on. MEV extraction benefiting insiders, high fees without fair value distribution, slow, unreliable liquidations. Supra Lab is changing the game with deterministic intelligence, a system where automation, not human intervention, ensures fairness, efficiency, and sustainability, which is what we all want, right? Fair play, no more front running or sandwich attacks. Supra uses randomized yet deterministic transactions execution to make sure everyone gets a fair shot. Everything auto liquidations and auto arbitrage. These aren't just buzzwords, they're the heart of the system where efficiency meets equity, ensuring every block is a step towards a self-sustaining DeFi ecosystem. Revenue for all. Imagine a world where the network gains are everyone's gains. So Supra shares the wealth from its automated processes among users, node operators, and dApps. The result is a self-sufficient, a self-sustaining, transparent economic engine that benefits the entire ecosystem, node operators, dApps, and the decentralized treasury, rather than just extractive actors. The future is now. Supra isn't just upgrading DeFi, it's redefining it from testnet to mainnet. We're on the brink of a financial revolution where deterministic intelligence isn't just a concept, it's the new standard. And that was spoken with Joshua D. Tobkin, who is the founder of Supra. This also, so Sup Hong Kong, Supra, so it's a big week ahead. Catch up on some of the exciting announcements here and catches these events. So this is where Supra will be at Consensus Hong Kong. So if you're in that area, please let me know how it goes. Also, if you want to send me any footage of if you do attend it, I'll happily include that in another video. We can have a good look at it. Altcoin Daily. This is the big, massive influencer platform, or influencers, because there's two, of their top 7 institutional crypto coins. Bitcoin's top, ETH, XRP, Link, Ondo, and Supra. Obviously USDC there as well, but Supra is there. And these guys aren't stupid. These guys know what's coming, right? So Altcoin Daily, if you're not familiar with them, which I'm sure you absolutely will be, I've got 1.58 million subscribers, which is huge. So if they're talking about it at whatever level that might be at the minute, this is still huge news. If you look right now, and I'll give this a refresh because I know that prices change up to the minute. So Supra at the minute is at 0.013, just under 0.014. it has gone down. It's had some dips, but everything is dipping. I'm not concerned about this. $90 million market cap, that is super, super low for where this can potentially go. I know that Joshua D. Tobkin wants to try and put this in the top 3 of cryptos. I don't think that's going to happen this cycle, but there's certainly potential for massive gains with this. If you look at its max chart, again, max charts are not looking too great right now in crypto as a whole, but it's coming into a range where, if you're picking this up for what, just over a cent, this is crazy. For me, it's worth that risk. I think it's worth taking that risk. But again, it's not financial advice. You have to do what you decide to do. It's your money at the end of the day, and you have to decide whether you want to take part in this, whether you want to try and take a gamble on something that could potentially be huge, could potentially be the future. You're buying a project based on what it's trying to do, not what it already has. Because when you buy it when it already has it, the gains tend to have already gone. For me, I think Supra is going to do really, really well. I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Speaking of comments below, by the way, because I've been working non-stop, I haven't had a chance to go back, and I do try and reply to every single comment, and I will continue to try and do that. I will reply to all the comments tonight. As long as I can keep my eyes open, I'll definitely go through the comments that I've missed. And yeah, I'll do that. Subscribe if you can. We're trying to push it into 10,000 subscribers where we want to be. Like the video, share it around, do all the things that you can do to help the algorithm, because YouTube is difficult. So wherever you're in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening, and as always, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.